Hello, welcome to episode 18 of the Craft Workshop podcast. If you're an OG, you'll notice I'm not in the workshop. I'm actually in the craft room today for a number of reasons, which we'll go into later. But if you are new, I suppose I should introduce myself, because I always just sort of blunder straight into things, so it would be good to say give a proper hello. So as you probably gathered, my name, yes, it is Dawn, the Dawn Stage channel. You can find me on Instagram as @DawnStays, and I also host a really nice Facebook group called Crafty World 1, the number 1, which is just for anybody to share anything crafty related, basically. Where possible, I'll try and link or list everything I speak about in the podcast. And well, workshop. So I live in the Netherlands, just outside of Amsterdam, quite close to Amsterdam Airport, which is Schiphol. So just a little disclaimer, now and again we're under the flight path, so you might hear some noise. Normally I'm in my local sorry, got itchy nose. I'm normally in my local art centre, because I'm very fortunate to have a workshop there. I think there's 55 at the last count units that host all kinds of artists and sort of alternative treatments, you know, like yoga and therapeutic yoga and massage. We have an artisan baker, there's sewers, potters, painters, you know, woodworkers. There's pretty much everything there. So anyway, normally I'm in the workshop, hence the name Craft Workshop Podcast. But if you watched any of the vlogs, you'll know I've been sporting some kind of knee injury. So I'm trying to lay off cycling. I am trying to stay off cycling, but also driving the car and avoiding as many stairs as possible. So that's why I'm filming in the very messy craft room today. It is really messy. You're only getting a glimpse of it behind me, and it's got even messier since we've been doing home working, because now it's pretty much taken up. Behind you is my main desk that one of my sewing machines used to sit on, and now it's looks like the flight desk of the Starship Enterprise with monitors and keyboards. But anyway, happy place. Hopefully one day I claim my space back. So the channel, if you're not aware, it started out as a vlog channel, because living overseas and my partner Lawrence, he's South African, it started as a way of our friends and family could see, you know, what we're up to and how the kids were growing and, you know, that kind of thing. And then because I'm a very avid crafter, a self-acclaimed craft addict, or diagnosed, whatever. Is it something you would acclaim to be? Craft addict? I don't know. But I decided to start the podcast, which is it's usually once or twice in a month that I'll just sort of gather all the stuff and then I'll film. So what if you are new, what you should see is I have my Dawn's Days B logo. So if you see that in the thumbnail, you know you're going to watch podcast, and anything else, that's just me waffling and taking you off here, there and everywhere. So that's pretty much the intro. And then I also realised that, well, not everybody watches the vlog, but, you know, let's just sort of get to know me a bit better if you're not familiar with, you know, what I get up to, because I think sometimes I refer to things in the podcast assuming that people have watched the vlog, and I know that isn't the case. So I can talk to you about a few things that I've done since the last podcast. Can't even get my words out. Do you know what? I'm just going to have a slurp of lukewarm coffee and slurp. Sorry about that. So since I last filmed, we've had I thought 2 bank holidays, and William, my youngest son, I've got 2 boys, Josh is 18 and William's 14. William had 2 weeks off school in May. So what I did, we had a bank holiday school holiday and then another bank holiday, so I did like 3 short weeks in work, so managed to do a couple of things. If you're interested in, you know, what it's like living as an expat in the Netherlands, then, you know, go and have a look at the vlogs. I do a little intro in the description box, so you get a general idea of what you might be watching that week. So last week, so the bank holidays were King's Day, which is the whole country gets the King's birthday, King Willem Alexander's birthday off. That's usually a brilliant day, and actually a lot of tourists come to the Netherlands for King's Day. Everybody wears orange. It's the most patriotic day you can ever imagine. There's like street fairs, markets. It's just like a big giant open air party. So no King's Day this year, although we did go over to my friend Linda and Ronald's, and we had a little barbecue because the weather was okay-ish. No kids. Her kids were off doing their own thing, and so were mine too. So that was King's Day. And then for William, I took a couple of days off work. Oh, we went to, we had a drive out. We looked and found a really nice tulip field. So if you're interested in that, go and have a look at the vlog. We have a little boat because obviously we're surrounded by canals living in the Netherlands, especially this side of Holland. And we've had, I think we got in 2 sails last week gone, I thought. That was really nice. What else did we do? Oh, William and I, we went out for lunch. We had a couple of lunch dates together. Shopping, took him shopping. And then we went to the beach one day. So we've had a really nice few days out together, William and I. And then this week just gone was also bank holiday. It's in Dutch it's Hemelvaart, which it's Ascension Day. That's also a bank holiday here in the Netherlands, and Hemelvaart literally translates as heaven exit is the nearest translation to it. So that's what we've been up to, which has been, I've had a really nice few weeks, and I'm happy for that because I've got this dodgy knee thing. So I managed to do a few nice things. I actually think in hindsight I might have twisted my knee at the beach. If you're not familiar with the Dutch beaches, they are beautiful, and they're really like fine, very light sand, very soft. They're just, the first time I went to a Dutch beach I was so shocked because it's not really, Brits wouldn't associate going to Holland for a beach holiday. The Germans flock to the Dutch coastline in the summer holidays, but not so much the Brits. And you're going to get about the same kind of weather as you would in France, you know, like Brittany, Normandy, that kind of weather climate, and exactly the same sea, but yeah, you know, not blue, crystal blue and warm. But I think the beaches in the Netherlands are way nicer, although we don't get like the rock pool kind of thing that you would get in France. Anyway, I'm starting to waffle. So that's about me and what I've been up to the last few weeks. I think I'll dive right in. So today, I don't follow a typical sort of craft podcast format with, you know, finish objects and whips. I just sort of stick to a category and then show you what I've done in the category and then move on. I have had and still got a frozen shoulder. So I said it in the last podcast, I'm still keeping to small, light projects that I can just sort of pick up, do a little bit on and put down. So that's what I'm going to show you today and talk about. So I have done a little bit of crochet. I finished, don't know what that is, something outside. Da-da! I finished my little soldier. This is I think it was a Royal Guard it's called, and this is by pattern designer Rokiki. It's a paid for pattern that I got from Ravelry, and if you're not familiar, it's amigurumi crochet, all done in single crochet. And I think I've shown that this on the last podcast that I'd started it. So the reason that I cast him on was just before the last podcast, the Duke of Edinburgh, or Prince Philip, had sadly passed away, and it was the funeral, and then it was the Queen of England, Queen Elizabeth II's birthday. So I was feeling very sort of nostalgic, and you know, this was a sort of commemorative British kind of make I wanted to do to mark the occasion. So I am absolutely thrilled with him. I've yet to put like little beads on for his buttons, but so far absolutely loved him, and he was such a nice pattern to make. And I like doing amigurumi, and I'm not bad at it, you know, I can pretty much turn my hand to most amigurumi, but I love the look of like dolls and figures, but I just don't enjoy doing, you know, all the little limbs. So he's just got little limbs, they're not stuffed, and they're very short, so it was okay, but I liked that you could do everything in the round. Sorry, just hold on. Sorry, that's the thing when I'm filming from home, the family are in and out, but also when I'm at the workshop, the artists are in and out, so I can't win. William, he plays Sunday League football, so he's just got home from football. He is like a drowned rat. The heavens, literally, it was torrential rain not 30 minutes ago, and the poor lover's is just sodden through, so he's going to get in a warm shower. So anyway, sorry, I keep itching my nose because two things. I've just cut Lawrence's hair for him. I've clipped it all, shaved it, and then Daxter, my really fluffy cat, was on my bed, and I couldn't resist a Daxter cuddle, so I'm sort of so just please ignore me. I know it's a bit annoying. So that's a finished object. So the other thing I did, I've been wanting to make these for ages, and I want to make a whole stack of them because these are really cute sofa mates. But I made this really cute little strawberry from scraps. In fact, I think the red is like a Stylecraft Special DK. I thought, like it from my stash. I have no idea where this came from. This is a single ply. So when I tried to tie it off, it's like candy floss. It just sort of came away. So I'm glad I'm not, it's fine for decorative knitting or crochet. How gorgeous is that? If you want to make some, this is a free tutorial by Laura from Happy Berry Crochet. So go on YouTube and you can do sort of like a make along. And again, it's amigurumi worked in single crochet in the round. Love. I wouldn't mind a whole bowl of these. I'm going to actually make some in scapiers in the katona as well, because you get a, I mean, if you crochet and you do amigurumi, you know you get a total look and feel to it. So a tiny finished object. Ta-da! Super cute. So that's all I've done on the crochet front. Still haven't picked up my Picnic on the Blanket by Crochet. I'm still stuck on week 2. A blanket, you know, like a bigger project, is just way too much for my joints at the moment. So I'll get it done by the end of the year, she says. Might be the world's longest whip. Okay, so knitting. If you watched the last podcast, you'll know I finally finished my vanilla socks. They were the Regia design line by Arne and Carlos. I think that I haven't got it now. The shade was in oh yeah, I've still got a bit left. I forgot to weigh it. Angela from Knitting on the Farm always weighs how much yarn she's got left. This is a 100-gram ball. I reckon I could get like shorties or contrasting cuff heel toe with it. So this was Summer Nights, and I really enjoyed it. When I bought this, I actually bought another shade called Garden, and of course I just couldn't resist casting on. I love me a good plain old vanilla sock, me. And so this is the yarn, you can see, and they're self-patterning. So of course I couldn't resist. I've almost finished this because it was, I don't know, the self-patterning yarn, I find it really, it's like exciting to see what stripe or pattern you're going to get next. So this is no contrast because I like to just let the yarn speak for itself. It's got like that Scandi sort of Icelandic sort of pattern to it. absolute joy to knit with this. Love it, love it, love it. The next one I want to do, one of my Instagram friends, Dawn, she bought the Regia, is it the Tutti Frutti yarn? I think it's called Tutti Frutti. And I just saw that Ellie from Craft House Magic, she just did Tutti Frutti but the cotton way shorties, but I really fancy doing the melon is just adorable. So I think once I've done with this, I've got a couple of other sock things that I need to finish. I think I'm going to do that next. So couldn't resist casting on. How nice is that? If you're interested, I do have a ball band. Ooh, miracle. Dawn has a ball band. This is what the ball band looks like, and then you can see that's the pattern. And if you're interested, it only had the number, but I wrote it down, garden. There's the colour if you want to order yourself some. And I don't have the ball band for the blue one, but that's Summer Nights if you're interested in that. I have got another pair of socks on the hook that I can't really show you because I'm test knitting them for Amanda, who's crafting with Chutter Monkey. I've done amigurumi like testing a few times. I've never done knitting, test knitting, because I work 4 days a week, so being under a sort of time pressure to test knit something is really, it's not doable for me, but I've always wanted to do it. So Amanda called for test knitters. She's put together like a really, really easy sock pattern. And I understand, Amanda, if you're watching, correct me, it's called scoosh. And I think the word scoosh in maybe Scotland or her area of Scotland is like slang for easy, like something scoosh, something's easy. So she called for test knitters for her scoosh sock pattern. And so I asked Amanda, when do you need it for? And she said not to the end of May. So I was like, I could do that. And I only have to make one sock, so I could do that. And it's nice because it's a sort of vanilla, as in there's no pattern on the sock, but I've learned a couple of new techniques. So I'm not gonna go into it. I'm not going to show you that because obviously it's Amanda's pattern. But I can give you a little sneaky peek. I'll show you of how because it's a vanilla kind of sock. This is one of the yarns I'm working with. If you remember, this is one of the skeins I bought Beth from Telling Yarns Fibre, I think, or Telling Yarns, just Telling Yarns or Fibre, I can't remember. I signed up for her 6-month skein club, and this was, they're all Harry Potter themes, and this is Rita Skeeter. Oh my gosh, this is an absolute dream to work with. It feels, on the knitted up, it feels so soft and silky almost, and it's a merino nylon mix, so it's not, there's no like silk or anything luxury in it, but it's absolutely beautiful. Can't recommend that enough, her yarns, and the colorways that she does are gorgeous. If you like Harry Potter, you'll be on to a winner. So that I'm test knitting some socks. Oh, and then the other thing, sticking on the small theme, I don't know which way around this goes. I think that's the right way, or does it matter? Well, I'll hold it this way. I've not blocked it clearly. This is, so a lady called Garlene from the kitchen sink shop. She's doing a year of dishcloths, and you sign up, it's free, and every month you get a new dishcloth. So it's like a knit along, and it's really nice because you get to learn like new patterns. So I've never really knitted a seed stitch before, so it's nice. This is called Bloom Where You're Planted. So I thought I'm going to choose green. This is cotton, 100% cotton, and the little dishcloths are basically like stash busters. So I don't have the ball band for this, and I can't tell you the colourway, and it's from a store, I think it's a Danish store called Susteren Green or Groen in the in Holland, sorry. And it's one of these sort of, it's a bit like if you've got Flying Tiger, it's like that kind of vibe, you know. There's a lot, it's all like Scandi themed, and they do household stuff, you know, candles, bit of small furniture, and they also have a cracking craft section. If you have a Susteren Green near you or Groen near you, I recommend having a look in, because their cottons are beautiful. So I thought I'm going to use that, and it's like a nice appley green, really, really nice. So I've done every single dishcloth except April. So this is May's. April, so many of my friends had problems with the April one. It was round the twist or something she called it, and I said in my last podcast I wasn't doing it. I'm not doing it. What I have done is I've just put it to the side, and then I would like to make the full 12-month. If I feel like doing it, I will. However, my lovely friend Helen took pity on me and offered to make me the April one if I wanted it. So by the end of the year, either I will have knitted it, or maybe I'll go back to Helen and ask her, because I said no, just hold off for now, because I might give it another go, but if not, Helen's my backup plan. So I have like a almost full collection that I've knitted myself. Knitting. Oh, so I've not really done much on this, but I thought I'd show you the progress on my fingerless bee mittens. The reason I haven't made much progress is I had to pull quite a lot of it back, and because I'm working off a chart, it's color work, I find it really heavy, you know, after work in the evening to concentrate on the lines. So I did pull it back, but anyway, I can show you. I'm almost up to the beat. So this is these are called Be Creative mittens, and the pattern is Ducati, and her pattern calls for 3 colors, and I wanted to just do 2. So this I think this would be the outside. So you can see just here, this is where the bee pattern is going to begin, and then you can see here, this is where the finger will be. So this is the right hand that I'm doing now. I've shown them before, but I'll show you again. This is my own hand dyed yarn, 75% merino, 25% polyamide. So it's like this nice blue and this like dark mustardy kind of yellow. So not too far on that, but again, you know, just small. I like just picking up little bitty things to do at the moment. So that's how far I've got on that. Hopefully next time I podcast I'll have a finished mitten. And then the other thing I thought I'd show you is I like to have one of these sort of mindless makes on the go. Either like oh sorry, my computer, I've clicked something on my keyboard. Oops. Computer says no. Either like a crochet blanket, like granny squares or that kind of thing. So I've been knitting, I probably knit like 10 stitches and put it down. When I have a lot of calls at work, like presentations that you don't need the camera on and you just have to sit in the background and listen, I thought, well, it'd be nice to have a little sort of round and round mindless project. So this is my desk, without it falling down, this is like my sort of desk knit, and as you can see, it's going to be a cowl, plain, just really, really plain, because I absolutely love these colours. This, and it's from my stash, so I haven't got I'm looking if I've got another one in my one of my shelves here, which has also got yarn, this yarn there and these yarn here. No, I haven't got it, but this is, sorry, another interruption. I think there's a discussion about showering at the moment, because Josh was also waiting to shower. It's almost lunchtime here, so teenagers. Yeah, so this is from it's a Turkish brand called Elise, and I think it might be cotton gold. something, I forget the name of it now, but it's like this beautiful graduated all shades of greens, and I've actually knitted a very, very plain plain knit shawl, like a triangular shawl with drop stitches in it a few years ago. And every time I wear it, people always say, oh, that's beautiful. And there's no pattern in the shawl except for the drop stitches. And I thought, you know what? I'm just going to keep going round and round and round and round, and it's super, super soft. It's a cotton and an acrylic blend. I do remember that much. So that's my desk knit kind of thing. So it just lives here, and you know, it'll probably take me a year to finish it, because as I said, some days I'll do a whole row and then I won't do anything for 3 or 4 days, and then I'll do 10 stitches, and you know, but I thought it's quite nice to have something, you know, like therapeutic to work on. And then the other thing, knitting wise, is I'm thinking of knitting a blanket to use my minis and scraps, and I can't remember what it's called, but I've seen a few podcasters on my Instagram as well. They're like mitered squares. So you knit in squares and then you stitch them together. I don't remember the name of it. It's not, I think some people have sort of given it a pattern name, but a mitered square is a mitered square. So I don't know if there's a name for it. There probably is, but I'm thinking of doing that, you know, starting just knitting little squares, use up minis, and then at the end of the year, you know, I've got myself a nice sort of sofa blanket. So that's what I'm planning to do there. So that's all I've got going on with the knitting at the moment. Yeah, no, that's all I've got going on. Let's see. Yeah, sewing, not really done anything on sewing. I did make one like a bigger, like a sweater bag, a project bag, but I stupidly forgot to film it or photograph it, and it was a gift for my friend Jeanette. Some of you probably know Jeanette. She's from Crafty Clegg Creations. We did now and again we do like a little package swap, just to treat ourselves, you know, and we both asked for project bags, and Jeanette wanted a zipper and I wanted a drawstring, so that's the one I got from Jeanette. So I sent I was sewing a project bag for Jeanette in the swap, but it was difficult, you know, with my shoulder. So that's the only sewing thing I've done, so nothing to share there. Trying to think if there's anything else. I've not written anything down. I've made notes, bad notes, but anyway. How are we doing for time? I've lost track now because I've stopped 3 times. Anyway, well, let's talk about some incoming, shall we? Because I have done a little bit of shopping. On Friday, there's quite a big market at the next town to me in a place called Amstelveen. And there's a wool, it's called the Wool Man, the Wool Man. He has a wool stall, and I think it started out as his mum's, and then now his mum works there now and again. She's getting on a bit, but the markets for non-food related things have just opened up in the Netherlands. So as soon as it opened up, I went because I needed to buy some Scapia's Katona, you know, to finish my little soldier off. I think it was the black I was after. Oh my gosh, it doesn't all show up, fluff black. And then obviously while I was there, he had some new things, so I treated myself to some couple of balls of things. So I've got two. The reason I have a lot of Elise is because he's a stockist for Elise. He has Scapias and Lammies and other brands, but he does have quite a big extensive range with Elise. So I've bought this, which is this Angora Gold, and I just love all the tones running through it. It's like creams and taupes and powdery blues and blush. Beautiful. So I bought 2 skeins of that, or balls I should say. And if you're interested, I think I shared it in the vlogs, but I didn't go into detail. So yeah, the 100 grams. So these you get either it's 550 meters or 602 yards, and it's 80% acrylic and 20% wool. That's what it says. So I don't know why it's got Angora gold. Maybe that's just because it's got the effect of Angora, but it's beautiful. And I think because of the acrylic content, it's not scratchy. So I'm thinking to do a shawl with this. If you want to have a look online yourself, that's the colour, the number, if you want to take a note. Colour 2970. So I don't know what the shade is. It annoys me when they don't put like a name on it. Yeah, no, there's no name. And it's made with the Okotex. It's got that Okotex branding on it. So it's not it's like not tested with harmful substances and so forth. If you want to see, there's a picture of a shawl there, what it would work up like. Can you see that? Sorry, the reflection in the mirror in the window. Whoops, not focusing, blow me out. There you go. So I'm thinking, I've got 2 balls of this. I'm thinking I think I might make a shawl. So I did order some really long Knit Pro cables for the interchangeables. I think I got 120 and 150 centimeters because I don't really. So I have knitted shawls, just plain shawls for myself, but I do them on the I've got the Knit Pro Symphony chunky ones, so I do like the chunky effect. But yeah, watch this space. If you've got any suggestions for nice shawls below, not too much garter stitching, you know, with a bit of pattern in it, and even lace work is also fine, because I just get bored, you know, with just like knit. And then the other thing I bought, I just bought 1 ball of this from him, which is called Elise Cashmere. So I can show you. I've got this nice grey and then a cream. This is 300 meters or 328 yards. And bear with me. It just says it's 100% wool. Okay. Oh, it's really soft. Wow. For wool, it's really soft. It's probably like the with it being cashmere, it's probably like the Debbie Bliss, is it? The Cashmerino? I think it's like that effect. Oh my gosh, they're so soft. I bought these because I'm thinking they would make nice socks, winter socks for the boys. So I thought I'll give them a go. That's the main reason for that. Although not cream, but you know, for doing colour work, like a grey and a cream together. We'll see. We'll see. Watch this space. They'll make an appearance at some point. And then the other incoming. Oh, so whilst I was on the market, I went to my friend's haberdashery store, Karen and Efo. I needed some white cotton, of all things. I had no white cotton. Well, I've got the big cotton cones for the overlocker, but I didn't have, you know, just little bobbins for hand sewing, whatever. I'm starting to waffle. So I bought myself some cute little bias tape. Aren't they pretty? Because I really want to get into my English paper piecing. You'll know I've been dabbling with that for a while. So I went to a quilt shop. It wasn't really. It was like, it's a quilt workshop, and then the front entrance foyer sells quilting things. So she has a small range of fabric and accessories. So handy to know. So I popped there on last Friday, I think it was, and I think I did briefly show it, but since the vlog's not really for all people crafting, I thought I'll show you a close-up. I don't know, they're all fat quarters. I don't know what the oh, here I've got some selvage. I have got some selvage. Okay, so I can show you. Okay, so I've got this nice red cotton, and then this is, if you're interested, this is Judy's album quilt by Judy Rothermel, Marcus Fabrics. So that's got nice sort of pinks and like dark reds running through it. And then this is, if I got a selvage on this, have I? Oh no, I haven't. No, sorry guys, because they were all folded like this, you know, in boxes, so I don't know what all of them are. But I wanted to go for like this nice sort of vintage feel. Let me fold this back up again because I'll show you what they look like together. Because I haven't got an extensive stash of, like, you know, nice cottons. The cottons I have are like more like the canvas kind of cotton, you know, the thicker cotton for making project bags, more like upholstery cotton, that kind of thing, or for dressmaking, you know, like rayon and viscose and stuff. So this is another one. So I tried to go for smaller motifs as well, you know, for doing the English paper piecing. This is my favourite. No selvage on that. Isn't that gorgeous? And I thought that would be nice in the doll's house. I might make some curtains for the doll's house from that. And then this was a tiny little scrap. It was lying on her counter and it caught my eye. Oh, how gorgeous is that? And she said it was like a scrap that a client had asked her to source, and she never came back. So I said, well, can I buy that scrap? I think she gave it me for €1.50. I mean, oh my gosh, how gorgeous is that? And then the other thing, she had some Christmas fabric on offer. I wanted to do some Christmas things last year, but with COVID, my regular sort of fabric suppliers, namely on the market, all their orders were stuck in China, you know, and I didn't really want to. So most of the fabric, it's not known as a fabric district, I don't think, but most of the fabric shops are sort of bunched in Amsterdam, in an area called De Pijp, around the area of the Albert Kuip market. And because I do live on the border of Amsterdam, but originally, years ago, this was like the sticks. It was all open farm and flower fields. So our public transport's rubbish. So I don't tend to go in, I wouldn't pop into town, you know, for something. It would be a day out. So anyway, I couldn't get Christmas fabric. So I don't know what I'm going to do with this, but when I saw it, I grabbed it. I grabbed a metre of each. So I've got this nice Christmassy, it's a little bit like an olive, like a vintage olivey green, the main background. And then I've got the same one, like these reds. And then this one's really, really cute. This is like a darker green with gingerbread men. Oh, how cute's that? Because, I mean, it's not as if it goes out of date fabric, is it? So I thought that's a nice little stash collection for my stash. I'm trying to keep an eye out for, we have these, so I'm trying to think, they're called Stuff Spectacular, like fabric spectacle, and they're like a rolling fabric exhibition, and you know, they have like a calendar for the whole year of where they're going to be around the country. And I think some of them, there's two that I go to, Stoffenmarkt and Stoffen Spectacle, I think. And some of them, they go to Belgium and the Netherlands, and one of them's just in Holland, and one, I think, and maybe the other one does Germany as well. I can't remember. So normally I wait for them to come nearer to me, and then I just sort of bulk buy a load of fabric. But again, because of COVID, they didn't come last year. So yeah, that's why I'm and I've only recently got into the English paper piecing. I think that was it for incoming. Yeah, the only other thing which leads me on to, I do a little share the love, but the other incoming thing, I shared this on the last podcast. I got another batch of my advent from Suzanne from Green Lambkin, so I'm really happy with that. I think I've got six little advent bags now, so hopefully I don't miss one. Every month they're on I think her Ravelry page or her website. I can't remember which one I bought them from. Anyway, there'll be a link below. So I'm hoping I don't miss one. So talking of Suzanne of Green Lambkin Fibre, Suzanne also has a podcast. So she's obviously she knits amongst other things, but she's also a hand dyer. So go and have a look at Suzanne. That's really interesting. Oh, actually, before I name another couple, I did do one thing, which was I did say I would share it properly. I was in my workshop last week, and I did some yarn dyeing again, and I said I would show them properly on the podcast. So let me do that now. I did. So I've only just done single skeins. Just I was playing because I've got had some new equipment over there, like a new hot plate and pans that and some dyes I'd not used before. So I thought let me just do one of each just to see how I like them. So this one reminds me of like spring, summer. And one of my friends at the workshop, one of the artists there, Monique, said it reminded me of was it in the 80s or 90s Flower Fairies? And I was like, oh yeah, it does. So I'll just quickly, so these are 75% merino, 25% polyamide, and they're dyed with acid dye, which is not really acid, it's just, you know, it's perfectly safe. So you can see I've at one end, this was like dip dyeing, so I started quite dark at one end, and then I'll do it this way, excuse my bingo arms, but then you can see I've got this gradual fade going on, and then dip dyed, and this is like an apple green, I'd say. So oh, love this so much. So this was like a spring summer kind of colorway, and then the next one I did, this is like an autumn vibe. So this is what the skein looks like. This is my favorite, this one. I'm a winter baby, so I think that's why I'm drawn to like these darker colors. So I think, well, I'll hold it up so you can see how it sort of fades, and you've got a bit of variation. The yellow, I'm thrilled with how this turned out. I don't know if you're picking it up in the light, but it's almost got like this gold sheen to it. Oh gosh, I love this. Imagine a nice cowl in autumn. So that's like the autumn winter skein. Oh my gosh, I'm sounding done. Skein. And then I ran a little poll on my Instagram. This was the favourite. So this reminds me of winter because I don't know if you've seen on the camera, they're cold blues. I've actually run a grey through this as well. So I'll open this up. This yarn is gorgeous. I've sourced this from a wholesaler in Germany, and it's muslin free, which is like humane. So it's this again, I'll show you the fade. So it starts off like this almost black blue, like a gunmetal, and then you can see how it sort of fades. So there's some like definite teals, very tealy colour, like a paley teal, and then you've got like these dark, almost like, I'd say like a dark teal or a dark duck egg, and then you've got like this steely blue colour. Oh, love them. So yeah, that's what I was up to at the workshop last week. Unfortunately, I won't be, I might sell some yarn only in the Netherlands, because with COVID, the postage outside of the Netherlands, especially to the UK because of Brexit, is astronomical. If I post a skein of yarn, so 100-gram skein of yarn to the UK, at the moment it's looking at around €12, which it's mind-blowing. I wouldn't pay it. Even if I really, really loved a yarn, I would not pay it. So yeah, I'm still going to carry on. I've got a whole book of colourways that I want to experiment with. I do like speckling, so maybe I'll do some speckling next. But yeah, you know, at the moment it's just more for myself. And then, sorry, I'm playing now. Just love yarn. You know, if there's any fibre people out there, don't you find? Sometimes I get like skeins and I can't bear to knit or crochet with them for a while. I have to keep looking at them and like jewels. Anyway, well, put it down, Dawn, put it down. So yeah, Suzanne from Green Lambkin, and then another brand spanking new podcast. We only recently became like Instagram friends. I think she's sort of, there's a few of us who are sort of in similar kind of circles, you know, we come across each other all the time, mainly because of our friendships, you know, like, you know, so and so will know so and so, and that's how, you know, these little sort of crafting communities, they sort of grow, don't they, which I love about the crafting community. So this lady, she's called Jan. I think we've sort of been in similar kind of circles for a while, so we recently became Instagram friends. And then in May, early May, I thought it was, she put out her very first podcast. I've only got halfway through watching it, but as so many people do say, she wanted to do her own podcast for years and she just didn't have the nerve to do it. And anyway, she's put her first one out and it's so nice. So that this afternoon I'm going to finish. I'm going to sit on the sofa and knit. Maybe try and finish my socks, and then I'm going to catch up with the other half of Jan's podcast. But if you're interested, Jan's is the Faithful Sheep podcast. Really nice. Let's go and have a look at her. And then the other thing is, so it's not really craft related, but I'm obsessed with like DIY shows. You know, if there's any Brits out there, changing rooms, oh my gosh, I was addicted. My whole house looked like an episode of Changing Rooms. I stenciled everything and ragdolled everything within an inch of its life, and that sort of addiction or obsessions never left me. And I've been watching this channel for gosh, years now, and I thought I'm going to mention it because there's so many of us creatives who also enjoy like renovation programs. So this is 3 Australian ladies, and they have their own interior design company, and they literally, I like watching them because, sorry, okay, we were having a rendition of Coldplay then, courtesy of William. Try and move it on. We're almost there, guys. Hang on in there. I'll finish what I'm saying. Yeah, so these 3 ladies, they're called 3 Bird Renovations. They're from Australia. They have their own interior design company, and they either help a family renovate their home, or they build a home from scratch. And what I like about it is they do really short consecutive shows on YouTube, so you're not waiting months and months, you know, to see how the renovation's going. And yeah, they're quite modern in their style, but they're just they're the dynamic of the 3 of them, they're really nice to watch and funny. And I think they're professional filmers and editors because the camera work and the editing is just fabulous. So if you like renovation stuff, 3 Birds Renovation, really, really nice program, and yeah, we'll get you fired up. Okay, we made it, guys. We're at the end. The kids are getting restless. As I said, it's almost lunchtime, so I think I'm just gonna wrap it up now. Hopefully by the time a podcast will have 1 mitten finished. That would be nice. Maybe Amanda's sock pattern will be released. Let's see. And yeah, I'll keep you posted if I do any more sort of amigurumi things. I have got, oh yes, I think I can mention it. I have got a very, very secret project that I'm working on, and that's all I'm going to say about it. So watch this space. I'm very excited about it. Okay, I'm going to wrap it up here. Don't forget all the links below. If you want to give me a subscribe, that would be amazing. But please be aware when you do subscribe that you will get sort of vlogs your way as well. So if it's not your cup of tea, then, you know, just dip in and out when you feel like it. That's also fine. If you would like to say hello below, introduce yourself, and if you're new, let me know how you found my channel. I find that amazing. There's people from all over the world watch. It's like, wow, it blows my mind. Anyway, I will see you in the next vlog or podcast. Take care, stay safe. Thanks for tuning in. Bye.